Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget that this is a general reading, okay? Now this is around the full moon in Sagittarius for the 26th of May. Now I know it's coming out a little late. I've had a very sick dog. She is still sick, although I am seeing very teeny tiny improvements in her. She keeps relapsing, and nobody seems to know what it is. So anyways, I need to move forward. I need to occupy my mind. So I'm going to be doing this for you guys. Like I said, I apologize. It's coming up late, but it is coming out right before the full moon. So I want you to be aware that this is going to be a really big week. You can expect a lot of confusion, maybe some deception. And, we've got, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but although this could be good news, because come June 10th, we also have the new moon, which is an eclipse. Now that's in Gemini, so that's all about communication, right? And restarts and breakthroughs and that kind of thing. So being that it's an eclipse in a new moon could be a good thing to catapult us forward into the newness that we're trying to manifest here. But with this full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, we're going to have to let go of a few things, I feel. Now, it has to be said that there are times in life when events conspire, and they do so just to show us that someone isn't on the level. So like I said, this full moon eclipse in Sagittarius is going to be all about the key energies of turnarounds, liberation, releasing, and crumbling. So you may find deception here. And like I said, it could be that you're going to discover someone who hasn't been on the up and up with you. So when it happens, you're going to have a few choices. Now you can pretend that it's not happening or it's not real, or you can tackle the issue. And this week's eclipse in Sagittarius could be a little bit confusing and or deceptive because there's a challenging Mercury and Venus clash with confusing Neptune, and that's not good. And that's happening at around the same time as this full moon eclipse. But it's not just a full moon eclipse, it's a super full moon eclipse, meaning that everything is going to be intensified, right? The good news is that a few days after this Mercury, Venus, and Neptune clash, Mercury goes on to harmonize with Venus. Venus is the planet of love, right? So the message here is that even if life feels a bit rough, especially where a matter related to love or money is concerned, don't give up. Don't give up. Pretty soon you're going to start to see why what happened had to happen. An example would be, say you break up with someone and it broke your heart. It makes space for the right person to come into your life. I want you to note also that Mercury does go retrograde on the 29th of May, so this week. So whatever happens now could have a second chance later. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards from the Moonology deck that represent this full moon that we've got going on here. We've got 4 of them this time. There's just so much going on here. Okay, so the full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Try to see things from the place of source energy, your higher self, your inner being, rather than the human side of you, okay? And then we have the full moon eclipse card. Conclusions are within reach, okay? Whatever that means for you, it's going to be different for everybody. And like I said, it's a super moon, so emotions are running high. Everything is going to seem so much more intense than normal. And then we have just the full moon card, and it's surrender to the divine. Yeah, how many times do we hear this? Just let go. Just let go, surrender. Surrender to the process, and you'll see a big change. I'm going to move these around here. Come on. Okay, so now these energies are going to affect the collective, period. So the energies that I just went through here, they are going to affect all of the zodiac signs that I'm reading for this full moon, okay? I am going to move into the different zodiac sign readings that I do at this point in time. There's only 3 of them. So right now we are going to head into Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. This full moon is going to be in your first house, okay? And that first house represents possibly you spend a lot of time being focused on someone else or everybody else. This full moon is in your first house, is asking you to focus on you. You know, it's great that you can focus on other people and take care of other people, but you know, sometimes the givers have to become takers. And if they don't, it can mess with the flow in your life. So this month, Spirit would like you to remember to say yes when people offer help. You could feel emotional during this cycle as well, but a lot of the stuff that's coming up really does need to be dealt with so that it can be released during this full moon. Now, I did do up a full moon meditation. I will link it to the end of this video. Know that it's in my channel. It's also on my meditation channel, and there'll be a link down below for that as well. So I'm going to get into the cards now for you. Okay. So I want to start with... Sorry, guys. No, I can't remember. Queen of the Moon, I think. Where is my box? Yes, Queen of the Moon Oracle. That's what this is, okay? We're going to get 4 of these. We're going to take a look at the timing as well of the messages in these cards for you. Okay, your first card out. Trust. Yes, that's a big one, isn't it? Card number 32 breaks down to a 5. It's all about, well, this can represent conflict, inner conflict, outer conflict. It also can represent change. And it's a full moon, so that's a given, right? I want to point out, though, there's transparency here. Whatever's taking place in your life, there's transparency. Now, the egg moon, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to look into this, but I'm pretty sure the egg moon, I thought that was the last moon we went through. So if that's the case, and I'll be able to let you know in a couple of minutes, but if that's the case, you received something that it was a gift of transparency. And you know what? Maybe that's what the deceit or the deception is all about. Maybe you were given that gift of seeing someone for who they really were. But I'm pretty sure the egg moon, the last new moon, I think, was an egg moon, but I'll figure that out for you. Card 42 breaks down to a 6. 6s are all about love. And this is Lunar God, the masculine. Oh, whoa. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean it's just for females that are watching. Anybody can be in their masculine or feminine energy. We all have both, okay? But I feel, I've been feeling strongly that it's time for a lot of the collective to come into union with their twin. And this just kind of confirms it for me. Now you have card 38, which breaks down to an 11. soul path number. Hunter moon, which is the fall moon, I believe. It's about abundance. And try to be, what I'm getting off this card, the message, is stepping into your feminine a little bit more and finding the compassion and just being. It takes me back to the trust card and the surrender to the divine card, because that's what this is about. And look at all these animals just very calmly sitting at her feet, looking up at her like they're waiting for her guidance. And this is what I'm feeling off this for you. Just be, because that's what the feminine energy is all about, just being. But isn't it interesting that we have, now she isn't called the feminine, but I mean, and it's both full moons. Yes, they're both full moons. Some of you could be coming together with your twin during this full moon cycle, Sagittarius. Wouldn't that be something? Okay, next card. Card 15 breaks down to a 6 again. All about love. Now you've got 2 6s together. Actually, no, you've got 11. You've got a 6 here. 5, 6, 11, and a 6. This is the waxing gibbous 6, and it's all about action. So this would be your masculine energy, because the masculine energy is all about action, taking action. The feminine is all about just chilling out, just being, not doing, just being. So that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to put these in order now, because the egg moon is the full moon in April, and we just had that, okay? The masculine, there's not really a timeline on that. The hunter moon is in October. It's the full moon in October. And the waxing gibbous 6, we don't have a waxing gibbous 6 in June. The one in May is the 24th. And we've already gone past that, so it can't be that one. But the next one is July 23rd, okay? So I'm going to do this because... So now you have the end of April, which is the egg moon, the full moon in April. And I believe that was the 25th or 26th of April as well. And then you have the masculine, and then you have the waning gibbous, or sorry, the waxing gibbous 6, which is action. And the hunter moon. And that's all about abundance. So this could be, what I'm feeling from this card is this could be something that you attempted or you started last harvest moon. Something that you were working on last October around the full moon, which would put this card up here. And then you'd be gifted the transparency around that, whatever that is. That didn't come to fruition, I feel. For those of you that tried to start something new in October of last year, it kind of feels to me like it didn't take place. But you were gifted with some kind of information that you couldn't see prior to the full moon in April. And it has to do with the masculine taking action. And that could be that he, she, whoever's in their masculine energy is taking action or needs to take action around this 23rd of July. Okay? Now, for others of you, this could be that you did receive information that you did not have before. The transparency came through around the full moon of April, and it had to do with your person, whoever is in the masculine energy. And it's about taking action. And that's about taking action on July 23rd. But the abundance doesn't actually, So I want to point out, abundance doesn't necessarily mean one particular type of goal. You can have love abundance, money abundance, all of the above. Money, love, happiness. That is coming to fruition around the full moon in October because somebody takes action towards the end of July. But it moves slowly, okay? Now we are going to draw more cards, so we're going to find out more information, right? Which deck do you want to use, angels? Okay. Gaia Oracle. Okay, we have, everybody's getting this card, purification, and then in brackets, water, emotional cleansing and rejuvenation. Now this sits on top of the trust card and the masculine card. So, trust that this is going to work out the way it needs to work out. Get yourself in a place where you're rejuvenated. Okay, if you take a look at this card, I want to point out, look at the egg here. Yes, transparency comes to you, the knowledge, the wisdom, but it's also about waiting for the right time to birth something, right? Because you're in this egg still. It's not time for it to birth yet. But you're being watched over. Absolutely. Right? The situation is being watched over by the divine. So trust. And that's what this full moon always represents. Surrender to the divine. Just allow things to move the way they need to move. Right? But just rejuvenate, take a break, relax, step into the feminine energy. Balance out this masculine energy here. Lost love, surrender, healing, release. It's what a full moon is all about. Now this is sitting on top of the masculine and the taking action card. So masculine does represent taking action. Because that's the masculine energy, right? It's the go time. But you're being asked to not go there yet. This action card talks about July 23rd, right? So this is going to be the point in time when you or your person needs to take action on something. Because it's time to heal. There's a lost love here somewhere for someone or a bunch of you. And it's all about, you got to heal, you got to release it, you have to surrender in order to release it and heal. And then you have jewel within a teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. And that's when you take action. And that is when, you have that, the abundant fruition, the abundance coming in. But you've got to get healed emotionally and get reconnected to yourself, your center. When we're in fear or in pain, heartache, any of the negative emotions, we are so disconnected from our inner beings and our inner guidance system. We couldn't hear them if we tried. You can't, because it's too low a vibration, and your guides, they are not going to drop their vibration down to yours to bring messages. You need to raise your vibration up to them. And that's why when we get into that place of being fearful, we're only fearful because we're not connected. That's the only time we go into negative emotion, is when we're not connected and we're not trusting, So you got to get there. This is Spirit's message for you. You've got to get to that place so that you can hear the messages that are coming through. Okay. Heal yourself is the next deck. was a weird cut. Okay. Shh. Alchemy. Shh. Okay, you've got alchemy. Card 25, which breaks down to a 7. A very divine number. Spirit is working things out for you behind the scenes. Everything is already in the works. It's already being taken care of. It possibly is already done. You just have to get your vibration to a level where you resonate with what's coming in for you. And to do so, you have to cleanse. You have to go through that emotional healing and cleansing and rejuvenate yourself. Because whatever this lost love is, you got to heal from that so you can release it, so that you are a match to what Spirit is trying to bring in. And if you notice, it's kind of right underneath the masculine here. So those of you that are waiting for a partnership to come in, it's also connected to action and trust. You got to trust that at the right time, Spirit will guide you forward. And that's when your abundance takes place, okay? But you've got to allow Spirit to guide you. And you've got to heal. And then you have beauty. Card 17 breaks down to an 8. Again, it's about abundance. See the beauty in everything, which means see the positive. Get out of that negative state if you're in one because of a lost love. Now, this sits on the lost love and a jewel within a teardrop. And it's also connected to abundance and action and the masculine. By seeing the beauty in everything, it raises you up to a higher level because it's about positivity. And then you become a match. You resonate with the gifts and the treasures that Spirit wants to bring in for you. And that's when they will be able to come in. Okay, now we're going to get Island Time Wellness card. Self-indulgence. Yep, that's what this full moon is all about for you, Sagittarius. Like I said, it's in your first house, and that is all about taking care of you. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. And again, check out my meditation channel, everyone. I've got a self-worth meditation in there that I'm sure you would enjoy, and it would help. This is all about you. This full moon, it's a time for you to, stop looking out for everyone else and finally look out for number one. That's the only way you're going to move forward and have this abundance. Whether it's something you started last October or something that's going to come to fruition this October, it really doesn't matter. It's not going to take place until you follow Spirit's guidance. And you can't do that when you're not taking care of yourself because you're just totally disconnected. Okay, Synchronicity Oracle. Wow. This blows me away. See this card here? Look at the bigger picture. This is what you got. See the bigger picture. This is all about seeing life through the eyes of Spirit, Source, your inner being, not the human you. What is that bigger picture? Now, when I created this deck, I'd been seeing 1212 all the time. I'd been seeing a lot of numbers, and they're in the deck. But what my guides told me it meant was that I need to see the bigger picture. So when you see 1212 from this point forward, it's Spirit's way of asking you to try and see the bigger picture. Okay, now we're going to get a Just Ask Oracle card. Here we go. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay focused. Stay focused with the work that you need to do, the healing, the taking care of you, healing yourself. And that's the next card we're going to get, I think. Or did we already get those? Oh, we already got those. So what are we getting? Oh. Whispers of Love. Okay. I'm all turned around here. Interesting. Card number 19, which breaks down to a 10, so endings, and it also breaks down to a 1, new beginnings. It says, express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. You may have a gift coming your way, Sagittarius, but maybe you're supposed to give a gift. Express your love through some kind of gift. It doesn't have to be a monetary type of gift either. Just telling someone how you feel about them. Telling someone you're sorry. Oh, and there goes my stomach. Okay, I want to point out that if you click on the title of this video, my description box will drop down, and that's where all the decks will be listed that I used here, okay? Normally there will be a link to the extended as well, but because we're running behind, or I'm running behind here, my dog is still sick, I want to get, caught up for your readings. So there won't be an extended for you guys this time for this moon reading. But I do want to get Shaman's Dream card for you here as maybe a little bit of Spirit's advice. Let's see what Spirit's advice is for you in this situation. Wow. I'm going to read this to you. Just let me get the cards out of the way here. Card number 39 breaks down to a 12. And you do have the 12-12. See the bigger picture? Now, this isn't a 12-12, obviously, but it's a 12. But 12 also breaks down to a 3, which is all about change, evolution, growth. And in order to do so, you have to detox. This is, it's cute. It's called Me-tox. Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Right? Okay, I'm going to put this in front of the camera for you. And then I'm going to read it from the book. Okay, it says, eliminating toxic thinking, repairing the body, mind, spirit, and cleaning house. When the Me Too card appears, it challenges you to discard the deep, dearly held judgments that you have passed over yourself and others. Release the people who you feel wronged or offended you. Recognize that they mirror the shadow aspects of your own soul. And yes, it is a tough pill to swallow. Only then can you call from your life the toxic people you have allowed into your inner circle. It's time for a cleaning of your proverbial house. Get rid of the thoughts and personal judgments poisoning your mind. Eliminate the inauthentic beliefs of others you've adopted as your own. Do so before your mind makes you sick. and empty your literal cupboards of the unhealthy junk food poisoning your body. Fast for a day, or skip a meal to allow your body to cleanse itself and rid itself of toxins. Me Talks appears as a warning that you can no longer postpone the self-care and pampering you long for. And that goes hand in hand with this full moon, right? Because your first house is all about taking care of you. So the time is now. Do healthy maintenance on your body before you have to make repairs that you will never quite recover from. Me Talks has come to caution you that it's not too late, but you are at the 11th hour. Don't deprive yourself of the health you deserve. Whoa, Sagittarius, that's Spirit's advice. Ay, ay, ay. But you know what? You've got that up here too. Purification, right? You've got the purification card, the healing card. You've got to let go mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. Purge. Purge internally, purge externally. It's all going to help. You don't want to get sick. I know you don't. And, I think if you take Spirit's advice here, like Spirit said, you are at the 11th hour, but it's not too late. So, one more card. I want to get a Soul's Journey card for you, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You just have to set your mind to it, Sagittarius. And yeah, you can. You got this. You got this. And you got it in time. Spirit says you've got there in time. So you just got to do it. You just got to set your mind to it, and you just got to do it. Okay, Sag. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.